name is Rebecca. This is Xunwen from Class 2A. My topic is low comma in non-restrictive relative classes. And my presentation will take about 7 minutes. If you have any question, please ask me in the end of my presentation. Thank you. So, what is a non-restrictive relative class? A non-restrictive relative class is a relative class that does not aid in the identification of the referent of its head noun, but only provides information about it. So there are more features of non-restrictive relative class. As you can see, it does not restrict the referential meaning of the antecedent, and it also offers additional information which is not needed to identify the antecedent. And it is also separated from the head by a comma in writing. In order to know more clearly about what is a non-restrictive relative clause and which one is a restrictive relative clause, we need to know the differences between them. And there are two main differences which I will mention here. The first one is non-restrictive relative clauses are set up by commas, while restrictive relative clauses are not. Please compare those two sentences. The first one, the swans, comma, which are white, comma, are in a part of the lake. It is a non-restrictive relative clause. Why? Because the clause, which are white, only tells us more information about the subject swans, but it does not restrict the subject, the swans. So, it refers to all swans. In other words, if we delete this clause, which are white, the whole sentence, it is still complete. And the second sentence is different because it's a restrictive relative clause. And the clause, which are white, restrict the subject swans. It refers to some swans. And the swans which are under discussion, different with others are white, which are under discussion, which are also the red. Okay, and the two is that should be used for restrictive relative clauses, but which should be used for non-restrictive relative clauses. As you can see, the first sentence, the water that I drank last night contained sodium. As you can see, that should be used for restrictive relative clauses. So this is a restrictive relative clauses. It identifies the specific water I drank last night containing sodium. And the second one, the other water which I drank last night, comma, contained sodium. As you can see, which used for non-restrictive relative clause. And this clause only adds extra information about the subject, the other water. I think this can clearly explain the difference between those two relative clauses. And also there are more examples. The first one, dogs blank are loyal companions. We need to put the right clause into the sentences which make the sentences more to the right sentence. So the first one, as you can see the clause, they love their owners. This clause only gives us more information about what kind of dogs. So it does not restrict the subject dogs. So this is a non-restrictive relative clause. The second one, dogs blank can be adopted for animal shelters. As you can see, the clause restrict what kind of dogs. The dogs they are abundant, can be adopted. So this is a restrictive relative clause. The third one also is a restrictive relative clause. Why? Because the clause restricts the people. What kind of people get back cardiac exercise? So this is a restrictive relative clause. So, in conclusion, when you write a non-restrictive relative clause, don't forget to use comma front and after the clause, because this clause only gives us more information about the subject. If we delete this clause, the whole sentence is still successful, and the whole sentence is a whole meaning of which kind of you want to write about the subject. So in the last part, there's quiz. Just put the right comma in the right place. So I also give some answers now. The first one, the trade union representative, comma, who was also a computer program, comma, had a big morning. So the clause only just to give us more information, additional information about the representative is also a computer program. 2. She drove me to the railway station, comma, which was nice. Which was nice. This clause does not restrict the main clause. It just tell us more information about it. And also the third one, my train, comma, which I have expected to be late, comma, was right on time. So, which is used in non-restrictive relative clauses. So I hope this presentation will give you more clarity about don't miss the comma in the non-restrictive relative clauses. So I will end of my presentation. Thank you.